What if the treatment is a creative work in progress, co-created by the patient and clinician in the same way the right and left hemispheres of a writer work together to create a novel? The creative process involves two phases: creation by the right hemisphere of a first draft containing a narrative arc, and revision of that draft by the left. These must be done separately, or else stagnation, aka analysis paralysis, ensues. Professional creators, people who make their living and way in the world by continually producing new narrative work, stories, symphonies, science experiments, choreographies, use a deadline to consistently get a project started as well as finished. Falling into the quicksand of procrastination before starting and endless perfectionistic tweaking after without finishing are dangers that the deadline appears to mitigate. The patient, functioning as right hemisphere in the treatment relationship, is responsible for delivering new material, as well as managing and closing the narrative arc of the session, its beginning, middle, and end. One option being the cliffhanger or doorknob moment. The session's impending end is a deadline. Perhaps that structural element enables patients to reveal what they are afraid to reveal. That would mean the doorknob moment is not arbitrary. Rather, the deadline forcing a doorknob moment may be the only way the patient can deliver the revelation. As a therapist, I live for the moment when the patient brings something new into the room. When patients, as right hemisphere, present me, as left, with new material, I analyze, reframe, and look for a way to help them integrate the revelation into the larger context of the ongoing treatment. Doing so, I broaden my own understanding of patients. Sharing that with them facilitates their understanding of themselves, which ideally moves the treatment forward. In short, we want doorknob bombshells. That patients drop them reflects that they trust us to end the session on time. If we go with the assumption they wouldn't have told us otherwise, that confirms it is therapeutic to close as scheduled, even when the patient is distraught, even when it feels bad to do so. This is not the first time an idea sleeting through the universe has hit me, but research and follow-up always revealed I'd arrived late to the party. Imagine my surprise at not finding anything definitive about the therapeutic value of ending on time in the literature on the doorknob moment. Chapter 1 covers that literature and serves as a counterpoint to and reference for the argument I advance in the rest of this book. Chapter 2 gives a brief overview of the therapeutic core of the treatment relationship. Patients give us the power to influence their interpersonal environment and, by extension, their inner environment, which requires that they trust us. So much of what we do in therapy, providing a safe environment, establishing trust, exploring wishes, fantasies, and dreams, supports and encourages self-revelation. Self-disclosure is an absolute necessity in therapy. Without self-revelation, the patient will not benefit. When a patient breaks new ground, especially when revealing something potentially shameful, embarrassing, incriminating, or traumatic, even when delivered inconveniently at the last minute, I now rejoice. Not only does this show that the patient trusts me, but the new material may also jumpstart a new phase in the treatment. Chapter 3 gets into the startling differences between the brain's two cerebral hemispheres in approach, attention, and agenda that each brings to our world. As a result, they are often in conflict, which drives how patients deliver information to us, including the doorknob moment. Chapter 4 reviews